كل عام وأنتم بخير. So, I kind of want to do this video and talk about a couple things. I got a message just a little while ago, and this is kind of what inspired me to want to do this in the first place. I got this message a little while ago, and it struck a chord in me, so I'm gonna read a little bit of it for you. It says, Assalamu alaikum. I'm so happy I found your blog. It's so beautiful, just like you. I would like to ask you some advice. I'm Moroccan, but I live in Belgium. Moroccans and Muslims in general have a bad reputation over here. I'm ashamed of being Muslim. When someone asks me in what I believe, I don't know what to say. I'm not confused when it comes to religion. I love Islam, but I hate that people look at me as a potential terrorist. I'm afraid to tell people that I'm Muslim. Sorry for my bad English. Wow, that is heavy. I mean, that resonates with me because it's something that I felt, and I'm sure like we can all attest to having felt that at one point or another. And you know, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. These are the times we live in, and you know, Islamophobia, people are afraid, they're getting propaganda from the news. It's a lot of things all tied in. There are many factors. It's not just one thing. It's not just cut and dry or black and white. And I feel like, though, we're to blame for a lot of it. And by saying that, I mean, let's take New Year's, for example, okay? Yesterday was New Year's Eve. I stayed in, and I was on Tumblr most of the night with my shenanigans. And I know a lot of Muslims who were out celebrating and drinking, and usually, you know, I don't say anything about these things, but I'm not quick to judge, you know, because I have a lot of people in my circle. I know a lot of people who are Muslim, you know, they still partake in some things and they still do certain things, and I don't judge them. It's very, there's a thin line between, you know, advising someone and giving someone dawah and telling someone something that'll benefit them. You know, there's certain ways you have to go about it, because if you just jump down someone's throat or point the finger too harshly, you're just gonna make them want to do what they're doing even more. So in my experience, with people that I'm close to, you know, I have a certain way that I approach it. And I've been seeing a lot of people on social media just attacking other people, and that's so not the way, and I've spoke about this before. So when I say judging, these are the things I mean. Like, yeah, there's different opinions about this. You know, people say, well, if they're gonna sin openly and in public, we're gonna admonish them, and we're gonna judge them and say what we have to say in public. I mean, I don't think that's the way, but hey, that's just me. But I do want to mention and say that with all the Muslims out there, you know, participating and celebrating in like Christmas and New Year's Eve and all these things, you know, there's different opinions. I get that. And you know, people view religion in different ways and they follow it in different ways, and that's fine. For me, I have one set holiday that I celebrate, and that's Eid. I stopped celebrating all of these things because, you know, the more you look into it, you just see the pagan origins. And I'm not even going to get into that right now. That's another video in and of itself. But I mean, I'm not an extremist by any means necessary. You know, I'm not perfect. I just think when it comes to my deen, there's certain things that I follow a certain way. And you know, Christmas and New Year's, these are things that I don't partake in these. You know, what's the point? If you are a person who doesn't drink, what's the point in going to a social gathering where there's non-stop alcohol, and you know the ramifications of what comes out of that? You know, nothing good. So why would you partake in something like that and make excuses and say, people say that, oh, they just do it because, it's a time to socialize and get together, friends and family, yada, yada, yada. That's bull crap, because you can do that throughout the year. Birthdays, that's another thing. I think we just look for reasons to, I don't know. Another thing is, going back to this thing about how we're treated and people being ashamed of being Muslim. That's the whole thing. We're too busy trying to assimilate ourselves into Western society and Western culture, and we think that we need to fit in and do what everyone else is doing, and it's like, really? Do you not have your own set beliefs? Do you not have, certain guidelines and things that you're supposed to follow as a Muslim? I mean, don't, like I said, I'm not perfect, and I'm not pointing the finger or judging anybody. Speaking for myself in a lot of these things, and everyone else, whoever wants to take heed. It's just something that I'm noticing. Like, it does make it hard when we seclude ourselves and we say, no, we don't participate in these things. But if we do things in a respectable way, we respect other people and respect ourselves, people are going to have no choice but to respect that and say, wow, But when we're, making ourselves look like idiots and drinking and smoking and going out there and basically imitating, the Christians and what they do and their celebrations and all of these things, and making excuses for why we should, when we know full well that it's haram to drink. And this is a touchy subject. Like I said, I know a lot of people that do. Don't take this the wrong way. For me, I come from a place where I drank heavily, and I had, for the first time in my life, a Muslim come and tell me, listen, sister, what are you doing? And I got the dawah that I needed, and I listened. I took heed, and so, reminders benefit the believers. It's just crucial how you go about it and how you talk to somebody, but it's something that we need to come back to. We need to come back to our deen. We need to stop. What are we celebrating? What is everybody so happy about? These are like end times. Dunya over deen, deen over dunya. It's, you know what I mean? It's just something we need to be mindful of and remind ourselves constantly. And wow, way to get off topic. So going back to what this brother or sister is saying, when someone asks me in what I believe, I don't know what to say. I'm not confused when it comes to religion. I love Islam, but I hate that people look at me as a potential terrorist. I'm afraid to tell people that I'm Muslim. I think there are a lot of people going through this in these times. A lot. It's almost like we're losing ourselves and we're losing our faith. And I think it all comes down to us. How secure do we feel in ourselves, in our practices, in our faith? It's easy to lose sight of things, and once things slowly go by the wayside, we start assimilating ourselves into other things, other culture, other holidays, other things. All we're doing is, appeasing non-Muslims, making them feel, hey, look at these, they're coming over to our side. Whereas we're losing a bit of ourselves and our faith. Do you understand? And I know a lot of people are just gonna disagree and be like, you're crazy. But, hear me out. We just need to be strong in our faith. If we're strong in our faith, and we do the things we're supposed to do, sure, going out and partaking in things in a halal, normal way, without, getting rambunctious and, dressing half naked and drinking, these things. Once you do things within limits, people are going to look at you and respect you. And they're not going to look at you like you're a hypocrite. Because I've heard of this a lot. A lot of people, non-Muslims, have asked me. They're so confused because they say, oh, I know so many guys, Muslims, who drink, and they're so confused about this. So I don't think we're doing ourselves a justice. We're doing ourselves an injustice, and we're making ourselves look stupid, and we're making ourselves look confused by assimilating ourselves and just doing what everyone else does. So this kind of ties into that. I think we just need to be strong in our faith, do what we're supposed to do, be mindful of how the representation that we're giving ourselves. It's so easy in this day and age with what's going on in the media for us to feel a certain way. I mean, it's natural. I've been there too. And when that happens, we just need to remind ourselves of our faith, and we need to do things that are going to get us back strong in our faith. For example, reading Quran, praying again if we have, if we have been slacking in our prayers. Start by making wudu, start by making the intention, start by making dua and saying, please help me, I want to start praying again, please help me, guide me. The most important thing is being sincere in our intentions, and when we're making dua, just reading Quran, reading Islamic books, lectures. There are so many things online, but we have to be mindful and be careful of the sources, of course. But I mean, we spend so much idle time doing idle things. It's like, how easy is it to just search up something, read a story about Sahaba, read an Islamic story, watch an Islamic lecture, just little things, and slowly build that up again. Build up your love and passion and desire to learn. I'm a proud Muslim. I'm a very proud Muslim. Alhamdulillah for everything. When I wake up in the morning, when I go to sleep at night, this is the most important thing to me, is my faith. And once you have this, once you're proud of being Muslim, that's what it boils down to basically. You just have to be proud in who you are and what you believe in, and know what you believe in. We have to educate ourselves all over again. Sometimes, especially for the born Muslims, you go to school, you learn what you learn when you're a kid, and that's it. And you grow up and you're older now, and you realize, hey, people are asking you certain questions, you don't know how to answer them because you've forgotten, or it's been so long since you've actually learned things in your own deen. And we just need to get back on track, apply ourselves and put in the effort. This is our deen. If we don't care about it and we don't love it, who's going to? We have the whole world against us. You know what I mean? So, brother, if you're watching this, and I'm going to respond to you on Tumblr, but if you're watching this, sincerely from the bottom of my heart, as your sister, I want to tell you, be proud, brother, or sister, whoever you are. I'm assuming from how it sounds, whatever. Be proud of who you are. Being Muslim is a beautiful, beautiful thing. No matter what anybody says, no matter what anybody does, nobody can ever take your religion away from you. La ilaha illallah. I'm going to write you something in more detail, more personal, and tell you a couple of experiences of mine, and hopefully that'll resonate with you. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thanks for watching, and if you have any comments, feel free to message me or post them here on YouTube.